Oh.
Okay, so this is my song, I'll Never Be Your Valentine, and I wrote it February 9th, 2023 after I read, I think she wrote 3 blog posts. It's a woman, I like reading her blog posts, and she obviously does not have a date for Valentine's, and she wrote 3 posts all about being unhappy and not wanting to have to live through another Valentine's alone and all this stuff. And I thought, oh, poor you.
Oh, yeah.
And then I thought, she'd had advice given to her by a friend that, oh, you can buy your own chocolates. You don't need somebody to buy chocolates for you, whatever. And I don't think that's a good idea. If you're alone, it's not great to do things that you think other people would do for you. Because then that just reminds you of the fact that you don't have somebody else that would do that for you right now, right? And then I thought about it, and I thought, I have a lot of unhappy days. It doesn't, if you're alone or not, sometimes you feel alone. No matter if you're loved, you get miscommunications or whatever, or you could be with somebody for a long time and you're just having a bad day. I mean, I have coffee days. Sometimes I drink caffeine or eat a chocolate, and well, that's going to be a really unhappy day for me, and I'll be doing a lot of misreading.
Well, you get you have bad reactions with things with caffeine in them.
I
right?
do, yeah.
So
I should not ever have those things, but sometimes I do. And if I have sugar, well, I'm going to have a crash and I'll be all boo-hoo and everything. I just think, I don't feel loved at all.
Sugar's so bad.
Yeah.
I was reading a book on it would be like what is candida? It's
yeast.
Yeast.
Yeah.
So they're calling it Pilzinfektion in German, something like that. Pilzinfektion. I've forgotten whether there's an E on the end of it or when they put it in a combinatory form. But they're saying stay away from all sugar except they call it Milchzucker. So that would be, I presume, lactose. They're saying that that's okay for this kind of stuff. But I was checking. Honig, that's honey. They said stay away from it. So I'm sticking away from it because I figure if it feeds yeast, it's going to feed cancer,
Yeah.
But they were talking about stuff you should stay away from, and they were really down on sugar. And the trouble is, sugar gets down on people in any number of ways.
Yeah, and so I have strong reactions to foods, and I think it's a gift, because it tells me right away don't have those things, right? Whereas other people, they just eat them and they carry on.
Well, like people don't do that well. They end up with diabetes, they end up with this, they end up with that, if they're getting too much sugar. It's, some people you'll find out that they live a long time, even though they've really abused their bodies, like David Crosby. He lived to be over 80, but he got a liver transplant, because he blew his liver out with drugs and all this sort of stuff. He's lucky, Eric Clapton might make it up to age 80 or something like that, but just stunning. But if you're rich, you can end up like making up for all sorts of abuses that you've visited on yourself. But if you're just an average person, I'm not talking about a homeless person or a working poor person, average person, middle class, you're not going to make it that well if you can't buy a liver transplant or something like that.
But in any case, if you're feeling down this Valentine day and you think you're alone, well, you're not alone. You probably have a friend you can hang out with. And
speaking of which, try not to move too hard,
okay? Baby.
Because
hello, handsome. You're my very favorite Valentine. I just wrote a song featuring Walnut.
There we go. He's a smart guy. That was Gordie Downey Jr.
So this song is for you. If you're having a hard time this Valentine, I'll never be your Valentine. I wrote it February 9th, 2023. I'll never be your Valentine, and you will not be mine. You'll never love or cherish me, and still I think that's fine. Through all my years I've come to see that you are company, and that's the most important part that there could ever be. For a companionship to start to mend a broken heart. And so you know I'll always stay as years all slip away. I know you'll always be here too, right near me every day. Away from love we never knew, perhaps I comfort you. It seems as though you like me here, perhaps that isn't true. But I like having someone near to share each lonely tear. So that's that one.
There you go. No, I didn't have you in the center of that shot there
Oh, you were
because
looking
do you
at
see
it
where
very-
Gordy is? He's over there. Hopefully people can see him.
Oh, he's so
Yeah.
handsome.
He's chowing down on that walnut
That's
seed
good.
that he took.
He liked it right away.
Oh yeah,
That's
he's
good.
he's really working away on it. So
Good.
hope you don't mind that. Hopefully people can see him at home. Yeah. He's a real personality, and he's got a red on the nape of his neck, red kind of like for Valentine.